Peace and blessings and good morning. It's your main man, Dewey Daniels, and today we're talking about stroke. A lot of people have had strokes. Some of them have been fatal. It is one of the leading causes of death around the world. Actually, the second leading cause behind heart disease, which we talked about a little bit earlier this week. As I said, is one of the leading causes of death around the world. Is according to U.S. statistics, it's the third leading cause of death in the United States, with more than 140,000 people dying from strokes each year. Stroke is a leading cause of serious long-term disability in the United States. Each year, approximately 795,000 people suffer a stroke, and about 600,000 of these are first attacks. 185,000 are reoccurring attacks. 3 out of 4 of all strokes occur in people over the age of 65. So young people might want to relax for a second, but don't do that because strokes are still hitting a quarter of the rest of the people, right? The risk of having a stroke is more than double each decade after the age of 55. Strokes can and do occur at any age. That's why I told you not to relax. And more than double, and nearly 1/4 of strokes occur in people over the age of 65. Stroke deaths rates are higher for African Americans than for European Americans or whites, even at younger ages. So you have a higher risk if you're someone like myself, African American. Another statistic says that on average, someone in the United States has a stroke every 40 seconds. And so that's quite a lot of people. Now, strokes accounted for about 1 of every 17 deaths in the United States in 2006, and the stroke mortality for 2005 was 137,000. So, and high blood pressure is the most important risk for having a stroke. So if you're someone that's having high blood pressure, which we'll talk about a little bit more in detail later, you can definitely want to tune into this and get some of the information we're about to share with you. The strokecenter.org is where I was pulling a lot of these statistics from, and you can visit that website if you get a chance. But growing up, stroke to me had different meanings. As you age, I guess they start to mean different things. Back when I was a grammar school, high school basketball player, my coaches talked about making sure you work on your jump shot so you have a good stroke. You know what I'm saying? Stroke that jump shot. When I got to college, stroke had a little bit of a different meaning because, as you start to get intimate with the ladies, you got to make sure you have a good stroke. I still have a good stroke with my wife now, but that was the meaning for it then. And then when a few people I know had strokes and were fatally, either killed or died from the stroke, or had physical differences in their body, the makeup, stroke took on a completely different meaning. I still got my jump shot, and I know that's a little bit TMI. I still got my other stroke, but we want to make sure that we don't have this stroke here, the health stroke. So I'm going to read a portion from my main man, Dr. Joel Wallach's book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. You can see the link below if you want to get a copy of it. But in this book, on page 398, Dr. Wallach says, stroke is a cerebrovascular accident, CVA, is a result of a blood clot or a tumor blocking an artery supplying the brain. The result of local brain tissue death from the lack of oxygen and food. The result is local brain tissue death from the lack of oxygen and food. If the damaged area is small enough and not in a vital area, the brain will reroute the brain's function to unused portions through a relearning and compensation process. Treatment of stroke should include EDTA chelation and IV hydrogen. Y'all know English is my 9th language. IV of hydrogen peroxide as soon as possible, and 5 grams of TID. Exercise, basic walking, start with that. Don't try to do the 30-mile marathon. And a baseline of a nutritional supplement program, including hyperbaric oxygen and oral oxygen. And one of Dr. Wallach's formulas, he used to do the big pack formula, but now he has the heart and brain pack, which should be pictured below. So when you having high blood pressure, a stroke is one of the things that's probably going to come up on you if you're African American, based on the African American diet. There's a book there's a book out there that a recent author just put together. I need to get the title in my mind. I believe it's Urban Kryptonite by I think it's Damien McSwine, my good buddy there actually. And there's also Dr. Joe Wallach's other book, Black Gene Lies, for all African Americans that look at trying to increase their health. A lot of it's based on diet. Whenever you see that death rates or incidence of illness or disease are higher in African Americans than they are in European Americans, then you would obviously come to the conclusion that, well, let's look at what each group of people are doing, and all of these things are based on diet and your immediate environment and surroundings. So I urge you, if you know anybody that has had a stroke, if you know anybody that, or if you're at any part at risk for any of these things, to first revamp your diet. Remove all kind of fried foods. Don't eat fried foods at all, and don't eat processed foods. And definitely don't eat processed meats. Well, I should say definitely don't eat fried foods, don't eat processed meats, and definitely don't eat processed foods. If you lay off of those for 30 days, pretty much just eating real meat, fresh meat, at 10 to 15% of your diet, and vegetables, fruits for the rest of your diet, and you get on Dr. Wallach's brain and heart pack, you have every expectation to recover very well. If you're on medications, you'll be able to wean slowly off of those things. I am not a doctor, so do not take what I said and run to the bank. Nothing I'm saying has been approved by the FDA, and the reason I'm saying that is because I don't want you to make no mistake and say, well, we listened to this guy's video and this is what he said. What I'm telling you is I'm reading from medical journals, so I'm actually just kind of like going and reading what another doctor has put in a journal, published based on test results, and sharing it with you. And so if anybody needs to be slapped, it needs to be the doctor that I'm reading from. All right, sorry, Dr. Wallach and Dr. Williams and some of these other guys I quote from. It's just like when I read a couple scriptures to people, they want to slap me. I say, don't slap me, slap Mark. I read that from the book of Mark. But anyway, it's been a pleasure. It's been great today. I like to do these little videos just to put information out there and let people know that there are better solutions out there for you when it comes to health. So if you have any questions, you see the link on our website, The Mineral Man. Get on that newsletter. You'll get some good information about health, natural ways about health. If you want to join us in this movement, we'll set you up with a website. We'll set you up with easy ways to blog, easy ways to share whatever your information is, and you can do that by joining us at chicagoyoungevity.com or workwithdo.com. So I want to thank you, and I will see you next time. Peace and blessings.